practicing Mahamudra, Mahakleshas will be removed.
Yes. So these are the things we discussed in the last class, that Mahamudra, Mahabandha and Mahabeda. These three are completed. So today we are going to start about the Khichdi Mudra. This is very, very important according to the exam point of view. So all of you try to make the notes properly. What are the things, what are the benefits, what are the, how to perform the techniques, what are the preparatory you need to perform to get that position or to attain the proper Khichdi Mudra. That are the discussion in today's class. So all of you please do your notes properly so that no confusion. And my target is today I need to complete the Khichdi whole. What are the things are there? It is many things about when Shatmanam is said in the HATHAPRADIPIKA about the Khichdi Mudra. Okay. So please confirm whether my screen is visible or not. Yes, my screen is visible.
Now it's
Yes,
open. Now, yeah, it's open.
So this is our 23 class of HATHAPRADIPIKA. So today we are going to discuss about the Khichdi Mudra, okay, which is called as the attitude of dwelling in the supreme consciousness. Means it is as prescribed by the Satmara. Whenever you are achieving or you are able to practice the Khichdi Mudra in the proper way, then you will be get the super consciousness state. Okay, if you see in this picture, the primary stage of a person, he must be practiced like this. Means it is the tongue area. Okay. It is our tongue. So initial practice, how much we are able to introvert our tongue, it is like this. But whenever it will be doing in a regular basis, then it is able to come to the throat region. And whenever it will be practiced continuously again and again, then it will be go to this area in our nasal cavity area, respiratory area. And in the final stage, it will be able to touch the akasa. Okay, it is our. He said that it can be touched our Vyoma chakra, or that is called Akasa chakra. Okay, so let's first see what are the things are said about this. So here Swatmaram is telling Atha Khichdi, means now he is discussing about the Khichdi. So Kapala Kuhere Jiva Prabhista Viparitaga Bhruvantara Gatta Drushti Mudra Bhavati Khichdi. Okay. Kapala Kuhere. Kapala Kuhere means this is the Kapala means skull area. So Kuhere means the cavity. Means whenever Jiva means tongue will be Prabhista. Prabhista means when you are applying your tongues or whenever you are entering your tongue into the skull cavity in the Viparitaga. Viparitaga means normal, the flow of the tongue is towards the front. Okay, as usual, we are moving our tongue in the front type. This is the front. But whenever we are showing or we are putting our tongue in the opposite direction, opposite means in this way. This is our nasal, your cavity area. So whenever, so that it is said as the viparita, means you have to go to move your tongue in the opposite side. Okay, normal tongue position is towards the, it will becomes out, front. But whenever you are putting your tongue to the opposite direction, when towards the, its root, okay, towards the root, then it is called as the viparitaga. So whenever you are putting your tongue and entering your tongue to the, in the opposite direction, till to the skull cavity, the viparitaga, bhru mantra, viparitaga, bhru antaragata means between your eyebrows center or near your penile region. Then antaragata, that is the inside, or you are inserting in that area. Drishti mudra bhavati khechri means you have to apply your khechri, or you are putting your tongue to the that area, and whenever you are applying your which eyebrow center drishti means you are just focusing on the eyebrow center, or it should be comes to the, your tongue should be go in that direction, it will be particular in that place. So that is called as the khechri mudra according to the Swatmara. Okay, again he is just clarifying the next sloka what you need to do. So here, if you are able to see in this picture, this is the movement of the tongue. Okay, so whenever we are putting this tongue towards your throat region, so that is means like this in this picture, you are moving your tongue in the opposite direction. So it will becomes towards the this area, and it is putting properly in the nasal cavity means your eyebrow center till that area. You have to keep your tongue, putting your tongue in that sense. Then it is called as the khechri. Let's see. Here he is telling chedana chalana nadauhu. Okay, this is very, very important in the exam point of view. The three names: chedana, chalana, and dohai. Okay, you have to do these three methods. For what purpose? Na kalam through natha. Okay, kalam kramena vardhayat vat sa yavat bhrumadhyam spasati tada khechari siddhi. Means what you need to do that your tongue will be able to touch through the bhrumadhyam. It is possible for any human, normal human being. Yes, please tell me. It is possible. We are able to touch near the throat only. Have you applied?
No.
Bhumadhya we can't
No,
touch
ma'am.
it.
No. Only have you touched your throat area properly? That much your tongue is able, means that lung is there. Lung.
No, palate
No.
we can touch, ma'am.
Yes, we are only able to touch our palate area. That means we are not able to, now we are not able to touch the cavity. But here he is telling you have to put your tongue on the bhrumadhya. You have to do, means that much lung you need the tongue. Then how you are doing your tongue that much lung so that it can be touched to the bhrumadhya. So that he is telling you have to do what practice you need to do? Kramena Kala Karmena. Means Kala Karma means by the time of practice, whenever you are doing this steps by one by one. What you need to do one by one? Now first is Chedana, means you have to cut. Which one you need to cut? Now your tongue area, if you are able to see in this picture, I think in this picture is also there. Yes. Prenalam. That the prenalam means wow, which is connecting to your your tongue to the your this lower part of your tongue. There is one nerve is there, na, like that. So that will be just holding your tongue in the from the back side. So whenever you are taking your tongue in the opposite direction, so you feel pain in that area. Yes or no? So that area is called frenulum. So that connectivity or that nerve, that particularly this nerve which is connected with our tongue, so that it will be cannot be moved to the opposite direction in smooth way. So it will feel pain. So what is Swatmaram is telling? You have to chedan, you have to cut that area. Okay, that this nerve should be cut out. How you need to cut, that is defined in this sloka. But what are the methods he is following? You just first write down. First one is chedan. You have to cut it out. Okay, then you have to chalan. Chalan means you have to move or massage your tongue every day. Okay, first you need to cut that prelinum area so that your the what is the obstacles is coming in the back of the tongue, it should be properly put in the that cavity area easily. Whenever the no link is in between these two, if you are able to see in this picture, if there is no link in tongue and the frenulum, means this link, if it will be no there, means if you are cut it out, so automatically your tongue can be moved more to the opposite direction. Yes or no? Are you all able
Yes,
to understand?
yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Understood.
Then if you cut this area, then automatically your tongue can be go more inside. So that he is telling the same. First you have to cut this area. So whenever you cut, that is called chedana. Next is chalana, means you have to move your tongue, means how massaging your tongue also we can say that, or you can move through your massage by your hand. Means by just holding your tongue, you just massage it. How we are massaging the muscles, if any pain is there. In the same way, you have to just move your tongue or massage your tongue by your hand. And dohana. Dohana means Dohana means Chedan, Chalan, and Dohan. Dohan means whenever you are massaging your tongue by your hands, you have to stretch it. Okay, how we are milking from the animals? What is the method we are performing there? We are stretching the by the fingers, or we are pulling out so that milk will be can be properly comes out to the what is the bucket we have, that will be properly, it will be comes out. Okay, have you seen how we are milking the from the cow? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah,
Yes.
ah. How we are milking from the cow? When we are pulling with the fingers properly and stretching out properly, stretch out the area, then milk will be comes out, giving some pressure. So here it is also the same method you have to apply. You have to pressurize on your tongue and you have to do that movement on the tongue so that the tongue will be becomes more, means more long. Whenever you are giving stretching and whenever you are doing massaging on it and whenever you are cut it, then your tongue will be gradually or one by one, it will be extend or it should be increased so that your tongue will be able to sparsati, means it is able to touch to the yada bhumadhya, means that middle of the eyebrow center, that can be touched. And that position is called khechari siddhi. Whenever your tongue will be touched to the bhumadhya, that is called khechari siddhi. Okay, that means that is the highest state of the khechari mudra he is telling here. Okay,
Ma'am,
all of
will
you,
the
yes,
tongue be extended so much? Can that
yes.
be really done? That tongue, will it become so this thing that it can touch Bhumadhya? Will it be so elongated tongue?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
No, whenever you are performing these three methods, automatically Swatmaram is telling whenever you are performing this gradually every day, this Chedan Kriya, this Chalan Kriya, this Dohan Kriya, then your tongue becomes that much long and it will be flexible so that it will be able to touch. Okay.
okay.
Hmm. Next, he is telling here means chedana, means what he is said, cutting of your prelinum area. Then how you need to cut that at the back of this tongue area, this nerve or this frenulum area, how you need to cut? How? How it is possible that you are using blade to cut? No. So here he just given an example or given a prescription that you have to use Suni Patra Nivan शस्त्रं सुतीक्ष्णं स्निग्धनिर्मलं समादय ततस्तेन Romamatram samuchanam means how much you need to cut and through which you need to cut, that is said in this sloka. So you have to use your Sunipatra, that is one, Sunipatra is a particular thin or sharp shape, that leaf. So you have to use that leaf, that is called as the Sunipatra, that is the leaf. Okay, or Snuhi plant. So Snuhi Patra you have to use to cut your prelinum area. Okay, why it is said as the you have to take Snuhi Patra or Snuhi plant leaf? Because that leaf is very thin and very sharp, like a knife. How knife is very sharp, or anything which is sharp, that through that you can cut anything. So that he is prescribed that you have to take that leaf only, because it is very thin and very sharp. So through which it can be cut very easily. And sastra means that you have, it is act as like a blade. Okay. And sutikshanam, it is very sharp. Snigdha nirmalam, that makes sure that should be very smooth and clean. Okay, because leaf many germs are there, so you have to clean it properly and it is smooth it properly. And you have to just we can say whenever any germs are there, you have to clean it properly so that it becomes smooth and clean. Then Samade tat stena Roma matram samuchana means how much you need to cut your frenulum area. That is the size of a hair. That is the Roma matram. Roma matram means how much the size of a hair is that much you need to cut. Okay, and so one day you have been cutting that much, then again whenever you are following the same instruction, again you have to cut one hair. So that much you have to cut by using a Snuhi Patra. So whenever you cut it properly according to the hair breadth, what happens? So the frenulum which is present in the back side, that will be automatically distracted from the tongue, or that becomes divide, or that becomes separate, because these two are joined, this tongue and prelinum area, these two here, these two are joined. Whenever you are cut it out, so that means it will be if you send here, and so whenever that means it is joint is there, so you are unable to go in the backward direction. But here, if you see in this picture, it is little bit open up. That means it is cutting more. But whenever it is cut properly, then it will be moved like this. And when you are in the highest state, then it will be properly, your tongue will be goes in to the bhumadhya. Okay? Have you understood? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So what you need to do now, you have to do cut your chedan, chalan, and dohan kriya. These three kriya you have to apply on the tongue. And what you need to use for this chedan kriya? For this chedan kriya, yes, please. What you need to use for the cutting? What is
Snehi plant?
That leaf.
Yes, Snuhi plant leaf. And how much you need to cut? What is the size?
Size of hair.
Size of a hair.
Hair size or hair breadth, you need to cut it out. Next, tatah sadeva patyavyam churnitabhyam pragharset punah saptadine prapte roma matram samuchanam. Means whenever you cut, you know that how much you need to cut and through which method, by which element you need to cut, that also described in this sloka. Now he is telling how many duration you need to cut. So here he is telling saptadine, means you have to use within 7 days, means you have to take 1 week. 1 week once in a week you have to cut it. What are the cutting procedure you need to apply for the tongue? that your frenulum area. So you have to use this Sunhi Patra. How much in how much time? How many times in a week? Yes. How many times?
Once in a week.
Once in a week.
Once in a yes. Puna saptadine praptya means once in a week you have to cut it. And here it is said that whenever you are cutting it, you have to apply some remedy. Means to when however any cutting is there, it will be painful for us, na. So that what you must an ointment or anything what you use. So here it is said that you have to use sandeva. Okay, sandeva pathya vayam. What do you mean by that? That is, he said that rock salt and pathya means it is a haritaki medicine herb, and according to the your VR School of Yoga, he is telling that you have to apply the turmeric. So both you note out. One is rock salt, another is pathya. Here it is said that turmeric also, that is also one medicinal herb. And here pathya, another name it is given haritaki. So that also you can consider. So mainly two things he said here, Swatmaram. One is rock salt and turmeric. Haritaki is not mentioned, but for exam point of view, you may write this one also. So rock salt, and you have to use turmeric in that area. Which area? Where you are applying the cutting procedure. Okay, that means this is the back of the this tongue area or in the frenulum area. You have to apply this whenever you are cut it down by the using of Snuhi plant. Okay, so whenever you are apply it, and apply means you have to rub, or you have to certainly you just keep this this two in that area, so that it will be not painful for the practitioner. Okay, so how much you need to cut in the hair breadth, Romana matram, and within 1 week, once in a week, so that one should completely cut that area, like in this way, whenever he is following the method. Okay. After that, he's telling evam kramena sarmasam nityam yuktah samacharet. Means like this, you have to do, and you have to do the practice till Sarmasanan. Sarmasanan means till the 6th month, you have to do this practice daily and in the regular basis. Okay. Whenever you are performing this practice for 6 months, what happens? Sarmasam sadra ashana mula shirabandha pranashyati. Means what happened? Na samacharet. Or sarmasana will be happen whenever you are doing this practice for 6 months. After this 6 months, what happened? Rasana mula. Rasana mula means rasana, it is the synonym of tongue. The jiva is also considered as the tongue, and rasana is the synonym of the jiva or tongue. Rasana mula means the root of the tongue. Sira bandhate means that becomes sira means that is the vein or the nerve which is connected with that. So that will be pranashyati. Pranashyati means that will becomes cut it out properly, so that it will be disappear, means that becomes separate from that vein. Okay. After how many days of practice? Yes.
6
After
months.
6 months. Okay. Whenever and how many times in a week?
Only once. Once in a week. Once in a week.
Once in a week, you have to do this practice till 6 months. Whenever you perform this practice for 6 months, then automatically that area of the backside of the tongue area will become separate, and it is able to go more deeper or more go inside. Okay. Then next is telling kalam. Kalam means it is also synonym of tongue. Then paran mukhim krutva tripathe parichoyat. Okay. Kalam means tongue. Param mukhya. Krutva means whenever we are putting it in the backward direction, the tongue will be tripathe. So that means after this 6 months of practice, the tongue can be able to reach to the tripatha. Tripatha means what do you mean by that? Yes, can anyone tell me which one is called tripatha? Which is called the Tribeni Sangam. Where the Ida, Pingla and Susumna is established, or where is present, that is called as the Tripatha. Okay, so your tongue is able to touch to that area. It is able to go in that path. Here it is said. Okay, and Parichayat means you are eligible to insert in that path. That is the three path. So bhavet khechari mudra vyoma chakran taduchet means that state is called as the vyoma chakra state, means that is called as the this here. Whenever you are entering your tongue to this area, what it is called? Now it is called as the your tripatha, means where the Ida, Pingla and Susumna is present, and this is called this area is called as the vyoma. Vyoma means that is the akasa, is that area he considered as the Vyoma chakra, where Vyoma chakra is present. As we know, 7 chakras are there. If you see in the Siddha Siddhanta Padhati, that is also discussion about Vyoma chakra, but that Akas chakra is considered as the Sahasrara one in Siddha Siddhanta Padhati. But here he is telling the placement of the Sahasrara chakra where? Now here. This is called as the your Vyoma chakra, where the your path, Tripatha is present. So in this area, whenever you are touching your tongue to this Tripatha area, so this area is called as the your Vyoma chakra. Okay. So two things here we are know in this sloka, that whenever we are practicing for 6 months, what happens? Your kalam means your tongue is become to reach in the your tripatha, and whenever it is inserted in tripatha properly, then you are able to reach in the Vyoma chakra state, or you are able to touch to the Vyoma chakra, this area. Okay. So what happens whenever you are, it is the final stage of khechri, and these are the initial stage. If you seen in this picture, this is the starting state. You are not able to move your tongue till this. Only that much you are now, we are in initial stage. That is the first stage. Whenever you practice it more and you're doing your Chedan Kriya, then what happens? This tongue is able to touch to the your Ghantika, means your tonsil region. Then when you practice it more, then it will be inserted in this path. Okay, in this nasal area. Then whenever you practice it more, this is the highest state where it will be go through the 3 madhya, means it is inserted in your where the bhumadhya and where is our nadis are connected. In that area, it will be inserted properly. The proper inserted posture is called as here, as your Vyoma chakra is present in this area. Okay. So after that, he is telling Rasanam Murdhagam Krutva Hyanadha Api Tishtati Vishai Visarbi Muchyate Yogi Vyadhi Mrityu Jaradivihi. Means now he is telling about the benefits. All of you understood the what you need to do the practice in khechri? Yes, please confirm. What you need to do in your khechri mudra practice? Can anyone explain me? Yeah, my voice is audible or not?
So audible, ma'am.
Can anyone explain me in this khechri practice what we need to do?
What we have to do in Kechari is we reverse the tongue insert into the cavity in the skull they have given. That means the elongated there we have to insert, turning the eyes towards the middle of the eyebrow, that is Bhumadhya. And when you attain this Kechari, by that cutting and moving and milking the tongue gradually, so that it is lengthened, so as to we have to touch the middle of eyebrow.
Yes. Okay, Sumaji, thank you. Now next, who can tell me how we can learn our tongue so that it will be enter in the our Bhumadhya?
Ma'am,
Yes.
with the leaf of Sunehi plant, which is very sharp and which should be clean, and we should gently cut the membrane under the tongue by length having hair breadth length only. And after cutting it, we should have to rub it with a mixture of rock salt and haritaki. And it should be performed within once in a week for at least 6 months. For 6 months.
Very good. After 6 months, what happened? Yes, anyone else? Yes, Ankita ji, very good. Anyone else? After 6 months, what happened? When
after 6 months, the tongue turned back into the it happens. The union of Ida Pingala Sushumna happens. That is Tripada happen, and that is called the Kechari Mudra. That is Vyoma Chakra.
it is not said that it is the union of these three nadis will be happen, but that we can consider, because whenever one will be do this practice in the higher state, automatically he is able to flow his prana in this Susumna nadi, and your Kundalini also awakening. But here it is said that you are inserted in that area. Okay.
Okay.
After that, now we are discussing about the benefits. Okay, very good, Sukanya ji. Now, what happens in the benefits? Here it is said that rasanam means the tongue, and urdhagama kartva means whenever it will be moving in the upward direction, means in the opposite direction, what happens? Some secretion will be happens there. Means some type of rasas or some type of we can say that some rasa will be comes out in that area, and what type of it will be means taste, that is also defined here. But here first he is telling that whenever your tongue will be go in upward direction, what happens within for a half a moment, means how much enter. If you are entering for a half a moment, that is given a time duration, that if you are entering your tongue in that particular, means it is the highest rate. It is talking about the highest, not in the beginner. Means whenever you are able to touch your tongue properly in that Bhumadhya area, that cavity area, skull cavity area, properly you are reached to the Vyoma chakra. So what happens? Now that person who is the practitioner, he becomes just free from any type of toxins, and free from any type of poisons, and free from any type of disease, and he becomes a victory over the death, and no old age will be comes to that person. Okay, whenever he will be able to reach at that state for a half a moment, means it is talking about even means for some time, for a second, half a moment means half a second, only if he is able to touch his tongue deep to the skull cavity, then what happens here? Free from any type of poison. If he is taking any poison also, that becomes not harm that person. And free from that sadhak is free from any type of vyadhi, no disease will be occurs, no any physical health issue is not there, and he becomes victory over the death. Why it is said as the victory over death? That will be said in the next slokas. He is describing why he is telling that person or practitioner is become free from the death, and no old age also not come to that practitioner. These are the benefits. Next, he is telling, na roga maranam tandra, na nidra, na khyuda trishna, na cha murcha bhavetyasya, yo mudra veti khechare. Again, he is continuing the benefit. Na roga means the same is now repeated. No diseases are there. Maranam, matlab no death will be occurs to that person. He becomes immortality will be achieved. Nothing. Tandra means no letharginess, no dullness is there, because energy, whenever one is able to achieve that, so prana will be flow in the proper way in the body, so that that person is becoming energetic. He becomes feel more energy. Then how lethargy will become to that person? No, letharginess is also absent in that body. No nidra means sleep also not comes, and no hunger. Hunger also not comes to that person. No thirst, that also not comes, and no fainting, no unconsciousness is also not there. That no comes means what? He becomes control over his days, when becomes control over his sleep, and becomes control over his hunger, control over his thirst, and his mind. Whenever we are talking about murcha means that is some consciousness will be happening in the mind, na? So he is the practitioner who is practicing Khechari Mudra. See, that practitioner is able to control his murcha situation, means that consciousness stays and become no any problem about the fainting situation, and no hunger will becomes to that person, and he become whenever he feel hungry, that time he is able to control his hungerness, and also no thirsty will becomes. Sleep is also not there, and he becomes disease free. He becomes immortal. He becomes free from any letharginess. So by practicing only which mudra? Which mudra? It will be give these benefits.
Khechari.
Khechari Mudra.
Khechari mudra. Okay. Again, he is continuing the same. Pindyate na sharogena lipyate na cha karmana badhyate na shakalena to yo mudra veti khechri. Means again, he is giving more emphasis on the khechri. Vidyate means not afflicted by the rogena. Roga means same thing is repeated here. That means the body of the practitioner will be not get damaged by any type of disease. And lipyate nacha karmana means not he is not bound with any karmas or any actions. As we know that many actions are there, that papa karma and punya karma is there. But whenever one person comes in the spiritual path, when he always try to follow, that is not that also sorry. So, which is the karmas type according to the Bhagavad Gita, there is different karmas are there, na? So he always try to do not which is combined with the papa and not is bounded with the punya. So that type karma one need to perform. But here he is telling what type of karma maybe he will be do the practitioner, that will be not affected, and that will be not lipyate. Lipyate means that he is not, whenever, what we say, whenever you will do papa karma, you will get that type of result. Whenever you do the punya karma, you will get that type of result. But here it is said that what type of karma that practitioner will be do, he becomes free from that karmas. Means he will not get that result or that any actions what will be happening in the past also, what in the present also, he becomes not bound with the karmas. And kalena means by the time kalena yo means badhyate nasha kalena means whatever the in this time period, in his life period, how much the karmas he will be performed, that will be unaffected, and there will be no effect of the karmas are there, and he becomes free from the death time, or free from the means your death or old age. So that is called as the Khechri. Whenever he is performing the Khechri mudra, he becomes free from any type of disease, he becomes free from all type of karmas and free from death. Okay, these are the benefits are said by the Swatmara. Again, he is telling Chitan charati khe, yashma jiva charati khe gata, te neisha khechari nama mudra, shidhe nirupita. Okay, khe means what here? Yes, anyone? Can you tell me? It is also we discuss in the Siddha Siddha and Paddhati. What do you mean by khe?
Space or Akasha, I think.
Yes, akasa.
Akasha.
Okay, it is yes. Khe means the akasa or the sky. The Chita Charanti Khe means your mind consciousness. It will be moves to the sky whenever your jiva will be means you are able to touch to your tongue in that area. That is the Khe means your Akas chakra or your Vyoma chakra. Whenever you put your tongue to that area properly, what happens? That person is able to control his mind and he becomes just siddhi. Siddhi means siddhi will be prapta or siddhi will be established to that practitioner. He becomes combined with that Brahman. Okay, whenever he is practicing the only Khechri mudra. Okay, Chita Charanti Khe means that his mind becomes also established in the Akasa, and whenever but here Khe means he is talking about the Sahasrara chakra. But here Khe means he is talking about your Vyoma chakra. Means Chitta will be achieved in that state, in the space state, that is the Khe. That state your Chitta will be established whenever your Jiva will be reached to that Vyoma chakra. Okay. The next, Khechariya mudritang येन विवरं लंबिको ऊर्ध्वः न तस्य खेरेत बिंदुः कामिन्याः श्लेषितस्य च. Okay, Khechari means why adopting or why just following the Khechari mudra. What happens? Mudrita ena vivarang lambika urdhva means your lambika. Lambika is also another synonym of your tongue. So what he is telling, by properly you are adapting the Khechari mudra, whenever your tongue will be touched to the upper cavity properly and you are putting your tongue to the skull, middle cavity, what happens? The tasya khairat bindu, then only bindu which is coming out normally for the human being, what happens? It becomes not tasya khairat, means that bindu can be controlled. That the semen which is coming out from the area, so that becomes control even if you are with the bindu kaminya. Kaminya means if you are here it is specially he is telling about the men. Whenever a man will be do any sexual activity with a woman, so automatically some rasas will be comes out. So here it is said that it comes from the bindu area. But if that person will be practice Khechari mudra, he becomes control over his all type of sexual activity also. Means by performing sexual activity also he cannot flow his semen. That much capacity that person have. Okay, that is here he is telling. Natasya kheret bindu means the bindu or the semen cannot be flow with means by performing that activity also he is not able to flow his semen because he having the control over that. If he is performing which mudra?
Khechari mudra.
Khechari mudra. Okay. Next. चलितो अपि यदा बिंदुः संप्राप्तो योनिमंडलम व्रजत्य ऊर्ध्व ऋतः शक्तया निबोध योनि मुद्रया. Okay, means here it is he is telling means chaleto api yada bindu, means he just try to little bit he is giving the description of the bindu, that what is the nectar or the bindu will be comes out. See, whenever any sexual activity will be performed, automatically your brain will be get stimulated, so that your pineal gland will be creating some hormone. So that will be comes out in the form of semen. So that he is telling that that bindu which is comes out means the masses will, when it will be passed to the mind, your mind becomes control on that secretion of the hormone. Okay, so that he is telling Chalito api yada bindu samprapta yoni mandal, means how that the moment when it will be occurs, then that hormones will be secrete and it will be enters in the yoni mandal, mean in the genital area of the female, or that will be comes out from the male, that is the semen will be comes out. But what happened? Vajratva vruddha hrutaha shaktaya nivodho yoni mudraha, means whenever he is practicing khechri and applying the yoni mudra. Yoni mudra, one more mudra. Here it is talking about Vajroli, that we will discuss in the next, when it will be other mudras we will be go on that. So with khechri mudra practice, and one more mudra he is Swatmaram is telling, whenever you are applying Vajroli mudra, then which is the bindu or the semen comes out from the brain, the secretion of the hormone which is coming, the signals which will be passed to the brain, that can be blocked or that can be controlled, that will be seized. That here it is, he is telling your genital area or in the perineum area. So it will be go in upward direction, which is coming downward direction, that flow again in the upward direction. Okay, all of you understood or not? Please confirm. Yes, what?
Understood, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Next is urdha jiva stiro bhutva somapanam karoti yaha, means whenever this movement of the hormone secretion will be go upward direction, what happens and what the sadhak will be feel, that is described here. Okay. Urdha jivan stira bhutva somapanam, that is said as the somapana. Somapana means Chandramandal, when this secretion of the bindu or this secretion of the nectar or this secretion of hormone will be comes out from which area? That is the Chandramandal. Okay. And it is coming from the mind only, that is the brain area only. That so here it is said that whenever your tongue will be directed in the proper direction or becoming steady in that position in the khechri mudra, you become somapanam, means you are drinking of that nectar, which is the amrita or the nectar which is comes out from the your Chandramandal. What he is telling here also. Have you understood? Here he is telling the practitioner is able to move that somaras in the upward direction, which is coming to the downward direction, and it will be just fall in the yoni mandal, that becomes destroyed. Okay, according to the sadhak, that becomes destroyed, and we know in the for the lifestyle circle they are becoming useful, but for the sadhak or the spiritual path, it will be an obstacle whenever you are applying. But here he is telling, whenever you are good or you are a renounced khechri mudra adopter, you become established in the highest state of the khechri. So you can control over your hormones, and you are able to control over your mind, so that the hormone which is comes out, you becomes flow in the upward direction, and whenever you flow it in the upward direction, then that person is when it is flow upward, you become drink that fluid, and that is said as the somapanam, means you are drinking that fluid in that by practicing the khechri. And masa ardhena means 1 month is having 30 days. So masa ardhena means with the half of month. That means how many days? That means how many days?
Yes.
15 days.
3 days.
15.
15 days. Means Masa Adhyayana, no doubt he becomes, means within the 15 days of Khechari practice, then that person is able to drink the Soma, and where that practitioner is, no doubt he will be get victory over the Mrityu. Mrityu means the death. Okay. Means within the 15 days of Khechari practice, if he is just drinking the Soma Rasa or drinking the fluid, then what happens? Now within the 15 days, he can victory over his death. What do you mean by victory over death here? That means whenever it is the semen will comes out, whenever one is applying or one is involved in sexual activity, that means that fluid, if it will comes out during the sexual activity, what happens? You and you becomes older. The age your will be increases, and that is the last form of your, what are the sapta dhatu are there, that is the last formation is semen, and that will be you destroying according to the yogic philosophy. You are destroying that whenever you are doing any sexual activity. But when you are applying Khechari mudra and you are drinking that nectar, what happens? Now, within 15 days, you become conquer over the death. What do you mean by conquer over the death here? What do you mean by, what you understand that victory over death means? That death will be not comes to that person, or what? What do you think?
Long live. You live long.
Live
Postpone.
long. Yes, for others, what you understood victory over death means?
He will become immortal.
Immortal. Yes. Immortal means whenever he want or the practitioner want, at that time he will can die. That is the control over the death. That is the victory over the death. Means whenever I want, I may leave this body. That type of sense or that type of controlness will comes to the sadhak. Okay. Next. The nityam Shoma Kalapurnam Sarirang Yashya Yoginaha. Okay, by drinking of that Somrasa, so that yogi body becomes full of Somakala, means full of nectar. Okay, so that Taksha Khenapi Dastasya Visantasya Na Sarpati. Means how much that body is become that much is full of nectar, so that if any, here it is given an example, Takshaka. Who is Takshaka? Takshaka is the king of snake. So that snake is having more poisonous, more more dangerous. So that type of snake, if also bitten, and that poison also cannot be spoiled or cannot do anything to that body who is practicing the khechari, because his body is full of somakala. Somakala means it is full of the somarasa and full of nectar, because he is preserving the nectar, na? Is not engaging, not investing, not stimulating that semen in any bad purpose. So whenever he just drink that soma, and when this somaras will be full of his body, that he is given an example that body is that much powerful, that much energetic, and that much strong, so that no takshak, like takshak king serpent also, if he is bitten to that person, that poison also not working in that body, and that not be spread out. Okay. Next, Indhanani tatha vanhistela varti cha deepakaha tatha somakalapurna dehi dehang na munchanti. Okay. How? Indhanani yatha. Indhanani means whenever we are indhan means what? Fire, wood or the fuel. Yatha banhi stela vartita cha deepaka. Banhi means that is the fire. How the fire, wood or any fuel items, means wood, that may be any oil, how that will be Taila Vartiti to Deepakam, to lamp a candle also, to lamp a light. What we need? We need oil or any firewood to fire a lamp. So likewise, in the field of the essence of soma, whenever this nectar or somaras will be the filled with the body, and this will be give a fire to the embodied soil, or the yogi body become full of this nectar. It will be helpful to give a to achieve the supreme consciousness. Okay, means here it is given an example how the fuel will be. What are the fuels we are using to lamp a candle, or to lamp to fire a lamp? We must require oil, or we must use wood also. We are using to fire a lamp. In the same way, the body of the person or the sadhak who is practicing this khechri mudra, because of the full nectar is in his body, he becomes achieve a higher state. Okay. Next, here it is most important, 47 sloka. Many times we seen this question will becomes. Okay. So point out, this is very important. So here it is said that Gomangsha bhakshaya nityam pivat amara barunim kulinam tamaha manye chetare kula danghataka. Okay. So here till this sloka he is talking about the somaras. So here he is given the name that somaras is Amruta Baruni. Okay, that is called Amar Baruni or Amruta Baruni, that he is given the name. That is the somaras, nothing else. Okay. So what he is telling, Gomangsha Bhakshanam. What do you mean by Gomangsha? Gomangsha means we are considering the cow's meat. No. Here it is go means, what do you mean by go? Again in the next sloka he is telling go means your tongue. Okay. Whenever your tongue will be moved in the proper way and you are having control over your tongue, and Bhakyante Nityam means whenever you are putting your tongue to your skull cavity area in every day, what happens? What is the milk will be comes out? What is the somaras will be comes out? That is called as the Amruta Baruni or Amar Baruni will be comes out, and the person that will be considered as the destroyer of the lineage. Okay. And the person who is drinking the Amrut Baruni every day, that becomes free from the any type of any type of disease. He becomes no victory over his death, and no nothing will be harms that body. Okay. So that considered as the properly he becomes free from any type of and he becomes destroyed of any type of lineage also. Sorry. It means according to this sloka, he is telling who is Gomangsha Bhakshanam, who is able to touch his go, means his tongue, and properly performing the khechri. Yeah, then it will be reached to the skull area, and he becomes drink the Amrita Baruni or Amar Baruni. And who are not performing, means who are not doing this practice, they are called as the destroyer of the lineage, means they are called as the Kula Ghataka. Okay. Next, so again the same thing is repeating. What is Go Mansha that he is describing in this sloka? Go sabde nedita jiva tat pravesho hi taluni gomangsha bhakshanam tatu mahapataka nasanam. So go sabda nedati means, what do you mean by go sabda? Go sabda means here it is mean as jiva, means the tongue. Tat pravesha, whenever you are inserting your tongue in the taluni, into the palate. So gomangsha bhakshanam means that is called as the eating of the that is state is called as the gomangsha bhakshanam. Sorry, this just 1 second. That is called tongue enter in the cavity. Okay, that is called gomangsha bhakshanam. So when your tongue will be entered in the cavity, so that is called as the gomangsha bhakshanam. Okay, and that is called which mudra? Yes, Khechri. And that will be here, it is given one more benefit, that whenever you are able to enter in the cavity area, when your tongue will be entered in the cavity area, you become Mahapataka Nasanam. Mahapataka means what are the sins you are doing, any great sins you are doing, that becomes destroyed whenever you are doing proper Gomangsha Bhakshanam. Okay, and so whenever your tongue will be reached to the cavity and you are just drinking the somaras, then you are able to destroy your Mahapataka. This is the another benefit. Next, Jiva Pravesha. Jiva Pravesha Sambhuta Banhi Utpadita Khalu Chandra Chandrat Travati Yah Sarah Sa Sadam Varuni. Okay, Sat Amara Varuni. So Jiva Pravesha Sambhuta means whenever you are entering your tongue in that fire, Banhi Utpadita means some fire will be formed in our body. Khalu means it will be creating this your Banhi, this fire will be created. From your which area? Na Chandrat Trabati means it will be comes out, means this whenever this fire will be created in your body and you are properly able to enter your tongue in the cavity, what happens? Now this flow of the nectar or the Amar Varuni will be comes out from which area? It is said that Chandra Trabati means it will be comes from the Chandramandal. Okay. Here it is clarified that from which area it will be comes out the Amar Varuni. Next he is telling Chambuti Yadi Lambikagram Nisham Jiva Rasasya Yadini Sakyara Katu Kamala Dugdha Sandroshi Madhva Jo Tula Tatha Vyadhinang Haranang Jarataka Karanang Sastra Gomati Ranang Tasya Satmara Tasya Satmaratva Mastagunitam Siddhangana Karshanam. Okay. Here he is in this sloka is also very, very important. What type of rasas, what is the taste will becomes of the nectar that he is defined. Again, what happens to the what type of benefits also he is describing again. So what he is telling, Chumbanti, whenever you are touching closely to that middle area, yeah, Lambika Agram, whenever your tongue of the tip of your tongue will be touched to the cavity area. Okay, Anisha means constantly, day and night, means whenever you are practicing, at that time, always you are able to touch to that area, your cavity area. Jiva rasa sandhyani means some rasa or some liquid or some hormones will be flow to that area, so that your tongue will be feel or your tongue will be taste that liquid or your tongue will be able to taste that secretion of your rasas. So what is the taste of that rasa whenever you are touching your tongue to your cavity? Na shakshara or sakhyara. Shakshara means that is the salty or the salty type of taste will be comes out. Again, katu, that is a very spicy type of taste or pungent taste will be comes out. Then amla. Amla means that is the acidic taste or the sour taste will be comes out. And dugdha sadarshi means similar, like the how the milk taste will be there, that type of taste will be comes out. Then madhya tulya means like the honey and ghee, that type of taste also comes out. Okay. So which type of taste? First is saksara means the like salty taste, katu pungent taste and spicy. Amla means sour taste or the acidic type of taste. Means how you will be if you imagine the like lemon taste. That type of taste will be comes out. And dugdha sadrashi means like similar to the milk type of taste. And madhya Jayatulya means like honey and ghee, how it will be taste will be there. Same type of taste will be comes out. When this taste will be comes out? Yes. Can anyone tell me? When this practitioner will be feel about this taste?
When touching closely to the tip of that lambika or the tongue part. Constantly
No.
there.
When you are touching to the lambika, what you are telling? No. Yes. Where? Your lambika means tip of the tongue will be touched to the cavity. Okay, your tip of the tongue, when it will be reached to the final position properly, then you are able to feel. Now understood? Sumaji?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But you are telling in a different way. Have you all of you understood or not, or it is more? Please confirm me. All of you who are there.
Ma'am, once
Sumaji?
again, please explain, no, ma'am, what you said. Here in the slide, what
Chumbani, what? Chumbani means when
Pati.
Lambika agra. Lambika agra means your tongue, means your tip of your tongue. When your tip of tongue, you're touching
Constantly.
closely. Touching closely to which area? Your bhrumadhya or that is your Vyoma chakra. Whenever that skull cavity, you are able to touch your tongue, your tip of the tongue to that area. Then what type of what type of taste will be occurs? That is said by the Swami Swatmana.
Yes.
Whenever you touch your tip to that area, what happens? Some hormones will be flows out, or some liquid will be flows out. Then your tongue will be sensed, or your tongue will be feel some type of taste. What is that taste? First is sakshara taste, that is the slightly salty. The next taste is katu, that is the pungent taste or spicy taste. Then he is able to feel amla taste. Then like dugdha, like madhya ajya. Okay, dhani and ghee taste. Here it is said. Now understood? Now all of you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next, what happens whenever this taste will be occurs? What is the benefit that he is telling? Badhinam haranam. Means what are the badhis there, disease is there, that becomes haranam, that means destroy from that body, who is practitioner. Then jara antakaranam. Jara means, what do you mean by jara? Jara means?
Old age.
Old age.
Yes, old age. So jara antakaranam means no old age will becomes to that practitioner. Okay. Sastra agama udiranam means no weapon. Sastra agama udiranam means no sastra like weapon cannot be harmed to that person. Okay, this is the another benefit, is new benefit here it is said. So please point out, note out it properly. No weapon can be harmed to that person who is practicing Khechri. And tasya sat, that person becomes converted as the Amrutvam. Amrutvam means no death will be occurs. Amrut is becomes immortality. Getting the means immortality. Then Astagunitam means all type of Astasiddhi will be get by that person. This is another benefit. Siddha Angana Aksharam means attraction. Siddha Angana. Siddhangana. Or Siddhangana means Siddha Angana. Siddhangana means who are the beautiful omens or who are very precise omens. They become attracted by that person. That becomes that person will be attracted to the that omens, and that type of body will be converted. That practitioner having that type of body. Okay. So first, what he is telling, what type of benefits? Now, disease free or destruction of any type of disease. Jara Antakaranam means that the no old age will becomes no weapon. Sastra Agama Uddiranam means no weapon can be harmed to that body who is performing the Khechari Mudra. And again, he is telling that that person will be get immortality, and that person will be get all the Astasiddhi, Astagunitam means all the Astasiddhis what is there, that will be get by that person. Siddhangana Akarshanam, and that person will be attracted to the beautiful woman. That type of body will be get by that sadhak who is practicing the your Khechari Mudra. Again, he is telling Murdhanam Shodash Patra Panchagalitam Pranadavatam Hata Durudhashyo Rasanang Niyamya Vivera Shakting Parang Chitayat Utkala Kalajalang Cha Vimalang Dharamayang Ya Vive Nirvyadhihi Sha Murna Loka Malab Puryogi Chirang Jivite. Okay. Again, he is telling about the same. The Murdhana Sodasa Patra Padma Galitam Pranada Avatam Hatat means the nectar, which is the Sodasa Patra Padma. Which one is Sodasa Patra Padma? And that means 16 petals of lotus. So it is present in our. It is according to the Bihar School of Yoga and also Kabir he is discussing that the 16 petals of lotus is present in our throat chakra. What is that throat chakra name? Yes. What is the
Vyoma
chakra name?
Talu chakra.
Throat. In throat region, which chakra is
throat
present?
chakra is Talu. Akasha chakra only Vyoma chakra. Yeah.
What is the throat chakra name in general sense? Which chakra it is considered? Yes, please loudly.
Vishuddhi.
Visuddhi, very good. So what here he is telling that Visuddhi chakra, whenever you are seized the nectar in the Visuddhi chakra, which is where the 16 petal lotus is present, and which is the nectar is coming from the head. Murdhan means the nectar which is coming from the head region, and you are preserving in your Visuddhi. What happens? Your life force or the prana will be illuminated properly in the whole body without any effort. Okay, without any effort, the life force or prana will be circulate in the body, or all the nadis getting open up in the proper way, because it is the highest state. Whenever you're in that body, there is no blockages are there. Whenever you are able to touch your tongue tip in the cavity, that means there is no blockages in the body. There is only prana is flowing properly. But whenever you are drinking that somarasa in the throat region, what happens? That is the more life force will be burn out more. So that urdhavashya means that will be flow in the upward direction and disdaining the niyama vivret saktim prana param chintayan. Means properly whenever your tongue will be placed in the cavity area or in the skull or the cavity area, and your flow of the prana will be upward direction. If you doing meditation on this supreme power, which is flow from the upward direction, so what happens? He becomes the drinker of that pure stream, or that is the amrutam or the nectar, and of the raising or surging the nectar like essence. And he becomes, means whenever he is meditating on that, he becomes blocked, that nectar, and it will be preserved in that throat chakra, in the Visuddhi area. And we are considering that that is the drinking. The same thing he is telling, but little bit in a different way. Swatmaram is describing that when you are taking the that nectar and you are drinking the nectar which is coming out from the head region, it will be drink in the throat region only because your tongue in the upward direction. So that strong that throat area is becoming when you are drinking, that state is called as the blocking your nectar in the throat. Okay, and the yogi becomes, what happens? Niravyadhi. Niravya adhi means what are the vyadhi is there, that becomes the yogi becomes disease free, and his body becomes soft and beautiful like a lotus stalk. Means Mrinala Komala Vapura means Mrinala means that is the lotus stalk. Okay, like how the lotus stalk is like look like now, it is very komal means very soft, and vapura means very beautiful. In that way, the practitioner or sadhak, the yogi, that becomes free from the all disease. So he becomes, his body is becomes soft and beautiful. And yogi chiram jivati. Chiram jivati means he becomes live for a long life or lives a long life. Okay. All of you understood this one?
Ma'am, here Murdhvanaha means Urdhva. Both are same.
Urdhva. Urdhva means what? Yes.
Upward. Upward, right?
Yes, upward direction.
What I'm
Means
asking
your
is Urdhva and Murdhva means one same word, or it should be Urdhva. Starting word.
Urdhva.
Urdhva.
Which one you are telling?
First starting of the shloka word, first word, Murdhna you have written. Murdhna is there.
Murdhana.
Murdhanaha.
Murdhana.
That is Urdhvaha. And Murdhvana.
Murdhana means it is the crown of the head. That is Murdhana. Means the nectar which is coming out, it is from that area, na? It is said from the Chandramandal. Okay. It is telling about the place from where the nectar is coming out. But Urdhva means that is the direction here he is telling. You have to do it in upward direction whenever you are conserving that nectar.
Okay. So there is a
the
difference.
Prana.
In
Yes,
my book, it's given Urdhva. Here Urdhva.
No, that is Murdha. Okay. Yes. What about others? Other you understood? Ankita ji, Sukanya ji, have you understood?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Ankita ji?
Yes, ma'am.
Next. Yat pralayam prahita susirang meru murdhantarastang tasmista twang pravadati sudhistan mukham nimnaganam chandracha sarah stravati vapusastena मृत्युनराणं तद अग्नियात सुकर्मण मधो गान्यथा कायशिथिः. Okay. Yat pralayam prahita sushiram meru murdhantara stam. Means the nectar which is coming out, which is secreted from the topmost part, and that is present in which area? That is in the Susumna Nadi. So that is said here Meru. Meru means it is in the Meru means that is the main Brahma Nadi. So whenever awakening of the Kundalini will be happen, the whole he is telling all the supreme energy will be established in the topmost part of the Susumna. So that is telling here the nectar which is coming out, that will be present in the topmost part of the Meru, that is the here in the Susumna Nadi, that is present in the Susumna Nadi of the spine, or we are considering the place is in the spine, so that here it is mentioned spine, but you have to consider that is talking about the Susumna Nadi. Tasmin tattvam pravadati shuddhis tanmukham nimagna nimnagamam. Means the wise are declares this essence to be origin of the descending stream or the nadis or energy. Means what happens? So this is the wise persons, what they are telling, that whenever your prana sakti is flowing in the upward direction, sorry, prana and your apana getting merged. So what happens? The flow of the prana in the susumna, it will be goes in the upward direction. So then when this upward direction will be established, what happens to that area? Now that origin or the tattvam, who are the practitioner, what they are telling, it is the finest form of the supreme, and you are getting all activate your nadis. Then Chandrat Sara Saraswatihi, Chandrat Sara Saraswatihi, Vapusham Tena Martyor Naranam. Means which is coming in the downward direction. What are the things will be comes out in the downward direction? That may be your flow of the apana vayu, maybe flow of the your nectar which is coming and destroy in the yoni mandal. That all are getting in the upward direction. All are moving in the upward direction. That Chandra and in the Swarvati. Means what is the Chandramandal, which is the nectar is coming from the Chandramandal, that all are going in the upward direction. And then when this upward direction will be established in the Susumna Nadi and it will be reached in the highest state, what happens? That person or the practitioner will be experience the death, means that will be no death will be occurs to that person, that and all the disease or what are the materialistic world body become died in that state. Tad badhani shukranam adho nanyatha kaya siddhi. That whenever that body becomes become separate from the soul, whenever one will be achieved in the highest state, what happens? That practitioner will be get siddhi. The siddhi means what? That will be get liberation. The liberation means what? What is the meaning of liberation and moksha? He becomes separate from his body, and he know that there is no difference in between the self and the supreme self. He get the Advaita state. Okay, in that state, what happened? So that is called as the Kaya Siddhi. Kaya Siddhi means he becomes control over his all body movement, on control over his body. So that it is called as the Kaya Siddhi. It is another benefit of the Khechri. Please note it down. He is able to control over his prana, and all the prana and the nectar that will be formed, that will be flow in the upward direction. And although nectar will be present according to the Swatmanam, it will be in the topmost part of the Susumna Nadi, and that person will be get the Kaya Siddhi, means that will becomes know about his body and become perfect, attain the liberation at that state. So next, Susirang Jnana Janakam Panchastotram Shamanitam Tistate Khechri Mudra Tasmin Shunya Niranjane. Okay, now he is telling that Susiram. What are the Susiram Jnana Janakam Panchastotraha? Means in the cavity area, there are the 5 nadis are there. What are the 5 nadis here according to the Swatmanam? The 2 nostril, 2 ears, and mouth. These are the 5 nadis. We are having 9 opening doors. So here he considering that is the 5 opening doors become control. You become control over his senses. If you listen, if you try to assume that is the you are controllable and that person becomes get the Sunya state, where is the Niranjana state, that is as the supreme state, that is adopted or that will be get by performing the Khechri Mudra only. Okay. So here two benefits are again he is telling that he becomes control over his senses, that is the Panchasrotaha, that senses he considers 5 elements that can be controlled, that is the 2 nostril and 2 ears and mouth. Okay. White state or the pure form state whenever he is performing Khechri Mudra. And Ekam Srushtimayang Bijameka Mudra Cha Khechri Eko Devo Niralamba Ekavastha Manomani. Okay, he is now in this sloka, he is telling Ekam. There is no only one seed. Bija means seed. Like how it's one seed is enough to for the creation. In the same way, one mudra means he is giving more importance to the khechri, so that he is telling one mudra is sufficient to get that supreme, that is called as the khechri, and there is no independent. Nirambala means no alambana is there, no without any support. You can get the manomani avastha if you are performing khechri mudra. Okay, it is very, very important. Maybe a question will become through which practice one will be get the manomani avastha. That is only through the khechri mudra. So there is no state like the khechri. There is no mudra like the that is the highest state. No state is like manomani. That is no mudra like the khechri. So these two are very, very important. If one will want to get that manomani state, that is the highest state, that person should be perform the Khechri Mudra. So this is all about your Khechri Mudra. I have already time. So all of you understood, please go through all the slides once again, or what you did the notes. That is very, very important. All of you understood? Yes. Ankita ji, what you asked?
Ma'am, once
Shloka
show.
number 51.
51.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in this, the nectar falls from the crown chakra into the Vishuddhi chakra.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm slide 49 once you've shown, ma'am. 49.
Yes,
Shloka
Ankita
49.
ji. Yes, Sumaji, just wait. Yes, Ankita ji. Have you understood or?
Yes, ma'am. Just was little bit confusion. That and 16 petal is it is saying for Vishuddhi or crown chakra.
Visuddhi chakra. Here, if you've seen in this meaning, fluid drips into the 16 petal lotus. That is the Visuddhi chakra. When the tongue is inserted into the upper throat cavity.
Yes, ma'am. But in the explanation which is given,
That is little bit confusing. Yes.
yes, ma'am.
But what I said, have you understood or not? That it is the most important.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the nectar is coming out from the pineal gland, that is your mind vision only, that is the Chandramandal only. Then when it is coming out, it will be locked in the throat area. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Sumaji, 49. This one?
Yeah, just my half I wrote it. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Any other doubt? Please try to go through your notes. Whenever any doubt is there, then we can discuss tomorrow. No problem.
Not able to complete notes at the time of class because it is too fast.
So much fast. Today we are going fast.
Vast.
Because I want to.
Not
Vast.
able to write clearly.
Vast.
So what can we do? But what you during the class it is very fast or it is okay?
It's okay, ma'am. During the class we get it, but we can't make
Yes,
notes.
ma'am. We can get it, but we
yeah,
cannot write it because it
write
is,
it. Yeah.
fingers start paining and hurting.
Okay.
We can complete afterwards because we have to complete the portions now. That's why, ma'am.
Uh,
Yes.
but maybe tomorrow
Hmm.
also I am having class there. So if I will take the class in time, if there I will reach out properly because actually what happens, okay, I'm stop recording, then we'll discuss.